1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. We are in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to do probably an hour stream, something like that. And I'm going to do my last few streams I've done. I haven't been terribly happy with my landings. I'm coming in, I think, just too fast, and so I need to try to get this all figured out. And so I'm just going to hang around Erie and just do some touch and goes like I've done quite a few times before in real life and in the sim also. And whenever my landings are not up to my that I'm happy with, the easiest way to figure it out is just do some practice. And so everything, you're not at a new airport every time you're trying to land. You're at an airport, so as I was looking at the clouds, something seems a little weird to me. I am running the latest NVIDIA driver. I can't remember the leading numbers, but .68 is what I'm running, and I heard .61 was good, and so I may have been a little too aggressive, but we'll just see how it goes. It just doesn't look as good as I remember in the headset. With the previous version of NVIDIA driver, I think the clouds look better, but time will tell. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get the plane started and kind of go from there. So, all right.
OBS Sim Sound.
OBS Sim Sounds. We gotta move some stuff. Good. Bye.
Check. Mod mic in position.
It is.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Check. OBS streaming.
I am streaming.
Check. OVR Toolkit Windows.
Yep, I got my windows.
Check. Fly with Lewis Sounds script.
I have that.
Check. AVI tab plugin.
That's here.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
So let's probably need to put some fuel in this thing. Oh yeah. I think I'll put 15 in. That should be enough. Okay, we're good.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
So, we'll check and make sure I didn't break anything. Oh, looks like I'm down in oil a little bit. Ooh, quite a little bit. So we'll do a refill. Okay. Everything looks good. Other than I had to put a little bit of oil in it. Kind of, doesn't look like it's leaking by. Got good compression, so, okay.
Check. 2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector.
On
Both. 4 fuel shut-off valve.
Pushed in.
On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
Okay, the elevation here is 730. Looks pretty close. What compass is just past south, going towards 21. It is. So that's good.
Set. 1 brakes.
All right, good with the checklist. So we need to let's KER, whoops. KER. Set COM 121.900.
COM 1 set to 121.9er.
Set COM 1 standby 118.100.
COM 1 standby set to 118.1.
All right, so I have the ground's in the active frequency and the tower's in the standby frequency. So we'll say active runway Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 24.
Okay. Say wind Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Erie International Ridge winds are 230 at 8 knots.
Oh, cool. So that isn't too bad. I kind of like the 2-4 pattern better than the 6 pattern, but whatever the weather is what you're gonna do. So 6 pattern when you're so you're gonna be basically going from the west to the east, and then your downwind is on the lake shore, so it's prettier, yeah, you know, but the landmarks are a little bit easier on the 2-4. So the 2-4 you're going from the east to the west, and then when you make your base turn, you're going out over basically Mill Creek, and so you're out over the suburbs of Erie, and where as opposed to the lake shore of Erie. So okay, what's temp today? 68. Cool. Probably be a little cooler when I get up. But yeah, I'll have to check. Maybe load in a different NVIDIA driver and take a look in VR. See if the clouds look the same, or just maybe how the clouds got rendered today. You know, because I'm running live weather, so and it's about what I kind of expect. I can actually go check. So it says clear. That's not quite right. Yeah, so it says broken cirrus at 30,000 feet, so kind of doesn't quite seem right. And broken cirrus at 30,000. Those clouds don't look 30,000 feet. Huh, interesting. And I'm make sure. Yeah, download real weather, so. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are 30,000, but man, I don't think so. I don't think it's that high, but maybe they are. Alrighty. looks like we got oil temperature in the green. So guess we can go do some touch and goes. So everything looks okay. Alrighty. Ready to taxi to runway 24, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24. Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 02, and runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay. I'm allowed to move. I was watching my wing to make sure I wasn't too close to him. Whoops.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cross runway 02. Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay, so this is 220. This is the second runway at the Erie. Rarely used. I used it. My instructor had me land on it, I think once when I was training. It's short. It's probably, I think it's less than half the length of what 6 and 24 is. So 6 and 24 is almost 8,000 feet, and I'm thinking that one's 3,000 feet if that. And it's got like a display threshold on one end of it, so it's all kind of not it's okay to train on, but it's rarely does anything land on it. It's just there, so kind of it's an emergency backup. So because even if the winds aren't completely, even if you have a crosswind on 2-4, 6 and 2-4, you don't use the other runway. You just don't. So, and certainly no commercial planes use it at all. So. Because the only planes I ever seen land on it were GA aircraft, so normally you gotta talk to the tower a bit to get them to clear you. Okay, that's taxiway A1 now. So we're coming up to the end of the taxiway. I get close enough here, he's gonna tell me to transfer the tower.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 118.1, good day. Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I pulled the mixer back a little bit so I can get the plane to idle, but I didn't do it low enough. So let me stop right here, grab you, put you down here. So I had to I didn't have the mixture pulled out quite enough, so I pulled it back a little bit more. Come on. So we'll come around here to the hold short line. See if I get my nose wheel. There. So, parking brake on, stirrups nav, taxi off, land on. And my co-pilot flipped the frequency, so I'm on tower frequency now. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, altimeter is 29090, cleared for takeoff, runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
We'll try one more time. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I'm gonna move ahead a little bit. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 118.1. Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Remain in pattern.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Really?
Ground on 121.9er for taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is tower, go ahead.
Ready for departure, remain in pattern. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is tower, go ahead.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure, remain in pattern. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, holding short, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 118.1. Tower on 118.1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Oh well. Bad plan. tired of playing. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll take off and I'll get on the downwind, call the downwind, and go on about our business. That was a little disappointing. Actually quite disappointing. Not sure why. When I got permission the first time, I should have just took off, and then when I was on the downwind, go ahead and make my call. But live and learn. I like using Pilot to ATC, but every once in a while it gets confused, or I'm not saying what the commands correctly. I guess it's the right way to put it. So there's a terminal building. So pretty much staying on runway heading. Yeah, pretty close. So elevation here is the airport elevation is 730, so pattern is around 1700. So we're out past the airport, so we're going to turn to a heading of 150. We're coming up on pattern altitude, so I'm going to pull it back to about 2000 RPM. Okay. Runway's behind me. Turn to downwind. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Okay.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So when that wasn't working out for me, I should have just take the permission and take off. Because it's almost like you can't get the permission a second time, so. But that's life, you know. Okay, there's the numbers of the runway, so we'll pull the power back a bit. 1 notch of flaps. Try to get the plane to descend. I'm trying to do this with, you know, at about 70 knots or so, and descending at about 500 feet a minute. Looking for it to be about 45 degrees. That's about it. So we go ahead and turn. Trying to maintain airspeed, not pull back on the yoke. Second notch of flaps. So I'm about 1500 on the RPM. Airspeed's dropping a bit. Just letting the plane drop a little, descend a little bit here to bring the airspeed back up. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Okay.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So we got 2 notches of flaps in. Puppies are saying I'm high. I would probably agree with that. We let it descend a little bit. Airspeed looks pretty good. About 60, 65 knots. Those bigger squares there, that's kind of where I'm aiming for. My airspeed went up a little bit, so I pulled a little bit of power back. Still coming in too fast. Not too bad. Yeah, everything about it was pretty good. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, when I look at the clouds, it's kind of like they're swimming. It's kind of weird. You know, so something not quite right. But like I said, I put in the latest NVIDIA driver, and may have some influence there. Okay, we're turning to a heading of 150. Try not to get too steep. I'm leaving it at full power until I get up to pattern altitude, and then I'll pull it to 2000. About far enough away. Try to be like about a half a mile away. Go back to power to 2000. Keep bringing the turn in. So I have my heading indicator set on the runway heading, so on each one of these positions, it's 90 degrees different. So right now, 6 will be at the top. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Okay.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I'm trying to stay parallel, and if you look at the strut, the runway should be about in the middle of the strut on a 172. Okay, there's the numbers. So I'm gonna pull the power back. A little bit too much. Down a notch of flaps. And trying to get the plane to descend at around 500 feet a minute. Looks good. Second notch of flaps. Have a little bit less RPM this time. A little bit steep in that turn. So I'm looking for a heading of 330. So the heading indicator is right there. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
better approach, better airspeed going across the threshold. I basically just dumped all the power out just as I went across the threshold. I can see I pulled up a little bit too much on the yoke and a little bit too early, so I was too far above the runway when I was starting to run out of airspeed. So I was probably a foot and a half too high, and so I had to pull back on the yoke even further to try to get it to try to recover from that. So in the end, it seemed like it worked. So. So once again, on the heading of need to be on the heading of 150. Full power back to 2000. Yeah, we're good. So we're still climbing just a little bit, which is fine. Pattern should be around 17 or 1800, and I'm about 1750. A little bit under 80 knots. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So when she says cleared for the option, what that means is it's my choice. I can either do a full stop landing or I can do a touch and go. It's absolutely my choice. She has given me that option, so. Okay. Looking for the runway to be about a 45-degree angle from me. If I get too far out, then I'll start to run out of elevation. Because if I'm constantly dropping at 500 feet a minute, if I'm too far out, I won't. I'll have to give it power to make sure I make it to the runway. Second notch of flaps. Getting to a heading of 330. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So right now the engine RPM is at 1500. I'm descending at around 500 or 600 feet a minute. And I'm at 1200 feet. The elevation at the airport is 730. So right on glide slope. A little bit low. Really? I was a little late. And so when I pulled back on the yoke, I didn't get the, I was a little late and I think I was a little bit slow. So when I went to pull back on the yoke, I didn't get the response out of the aircraft that I was hoping for. I was hoping for the nose to kind of pitch up a little bit, and I had to put more yoke movement into it to get it to respond. So it was better, but still not there yet. It's kind of typical of my landings. Takes me a while to kind of get them consistent. So rep was telling me I was a bad boy. It said that I landed hard enough that I may explode the tires. It's like, seriously? No, it wasn't that hard. But I thought it was, so that's okay. Oops. A little steep. Pull back on the power. Let's keep it in the turn. Roll it out. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Good morning. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Altimeter 2990.
Okay, there's the end of the runway. Go back on the power. Notch of flaps. Looks good. So for my scenery, I'm using Sim Haven, X World, and other than the missing golf courses, I'm pretty happy with it. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Like right here, on this approach, there's a golf course right here. We're kind of where those trees are, and but you don't see the sand traps or the fairways or the greens. They're just not there. So on the default scenery, they're there. Whoops. Don't really want to get that slow. Okay. I'm trying to trim this to get the airspeed back where I want it. Haven't quite succeeded yet. We're going long by the looks of it. Oh yeah. White flare, huh? Really? The airspeed was way better. I could see it where was kind of where I wanted to be. But it certainly does seem like it's floating like gangbusters. And I wouldn't think it should float that much, but it certainly is. Okay. So right now I'm trying to do like a standard rate turn, so this little airplane guy, I'm trying to keep that wing on that mark there. So that's a standard rate turn. So if I keep turning, 360 degrees would be 2 minutes. So and once I get it turned right to the right heading, 150, then I leveled it out. Go back on the power. Whoops, a little too steep. You can just look, I just glanced out of the side here and kind of went, oh, that's too much. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I forgot to notch your flaps. Whoops. Put them out so quick that it kind of dropped my airspeed by quite a bit. So, the airspeed's right. My directional gyro was a little bit misaligned with the compass. Better now, so. Kind of funny how you can see the sight picture just out of the corner of your eye. To go to 2 speed. It's kind of funny how you can do that. You just judge it. Kind of like, ooh, that's not quite right. Too much angle there. Oh yeah, it looks better. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I was watching my plane like climb up like gangbusters. I was like, what the heck is going on here? I looked at the RPM, that looked fine. Alrighty, we'll pull that back. I'm gonna try about 1500. 1 notch of flaps. Get the plane to descend. Good morning, Iowa Scotsman. How are you this morning? I wasn't happy with my landings on the last few streams, so I decided to do some touch and goes. So far they're not doing too bad. I'm kind of happy. I'm using the latest NVIDIA driver, and whoops. And I'm not sure if it's not getting along with X-Plane. Because I have, it's not as much as it was. It's still there. It's kind of like, it's hard to explain it. Kind of like the clouds are like swimming, kind of like, you know, and it just seems a little bit odd that I don't remember that on previous drivers. So Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I heard good results for the .61 release, and This one's 0.68, so I may have bought myself a little bit of trouble, but it's not bad. I mean, it's just like if I look here, everything looks good here. It's just kind of the clouds look a little bit funkier, kind of like the edges are kind of like shaking a little bit. Whoops. Okay, what's going on? Too much power. Yeah, looks like you've corrected it. We'll find out. Yes, I did figure it out. Yeah, that's good. Looks like I figured out my issue. I think what I was doing in the past, I was coming in just way too fast and just worrying about getting too slow, and for no good reason. Especially coming in with 2 notches of flaps, you can carry a bit more speed than when you got 3 notches of flaps out. So, alrighty. And I've been landing actually pretty good just using 2 notches, so. Took me a while to learn that, but alright, I think that's good. I'll go back to 2000. Whoops. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, it sounds like we're supposed to get a thunderstorm this afternoon. Like maybe like around 6 or something like that. So I was kind of wondering if I was going to see some clouds building in. Looks like we're good. Second notch. Yeah, fairly well under control. Coming in on 33. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 230 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Generous. And it may just be related to anti-aliasing. It's what I'm thinking I'm seeing. It is still not, excuse me, certainly in VR is still lacking. Because I don't look at it in 2D too much anymore, but when I do, it certainly does look different in VR. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
That seems a little weird. Hey, that throttle almost hit idle. And it's saying 1500 RPM. I'm not sure what's wrong. Something not quite right here. It's almost like how the airspeed is affecting the RPM. It's what it appears like. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
I may have to fly this without the rep pack. See, to see what the default 172 is doing, because something certainly seems wrong here. I'll take that. Much better control. So, I'm going to do one more touch and go, and then I'll do a full stop landing. That'll give me about an hour doing touch and goes, because it probably took me 10 minutes to get to the runway. I started at 11, so. And I haven't been counting them, but normally you can get between 6 and 8 touch and goes in an hour, so. Depends on the pattern, depends on quite a bit of stuff, but that's kind of what in real life, that's kind of what I was getting, so. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, Downwind runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Pretty happy how that turned out. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah, that's like idle. That's kind of crazy. And then when my airspeed drops, the RPM drops quite a bit. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots cleared for the option runway 24.
Cleared touch and go runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Okay, full stop landing next time around. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 24, full stop landing.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots, cleared to land runway 24.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Most perfect. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 270 at 8 knots, cleared to land runway 24.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Fun. Landed before A1, that's pretty cool. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of active runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, welcome to Erie International Ridge. There is no ground control at this airport. Let us know if you need taxi instructions.
There's what? Of course there's ground. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Echo, Bravo, hold short runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
For a minute there, I thought Tower actually knew what she was talking about. But ground's always slow here. whenever I contact ground right there and getting permission to taxi over to general aviation parking, it's always slow. I mean, it's always at least 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds before after I make the transmission when it finally responds. It's like, I don't know what it's waiting for, but I don't see anybody else here. Look like water puddles. Yep, that's what they are. Yeah, sure, clouds are changing.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cross runway 02. Cross runway 02 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Not too bad. Okay, turn off the avionics. Probably ought to do that. Didn't quite follow the proper procedure. Okay. So that all went pretty well. I was pretty happy with let me put it in pause. What did I get from my last one? Oh, so it said poor and light flare. I'm not so sure. Yeah, looks like I had the nose up a little higher than what it wanted. Yeah, it is what it is. At least it didn't tell me that I was going to blow the tires up. So, this guy here worked. I'm pretty happy with how that worked. And, I got, one last thing that I wanted to kind of go over is, got everything shut down? Yeah, okay. So I'm using a program called OVR Toolkit, and OVR Toolkit allows, well, one of the things, there's an option that allows me to have my FPS VR kind of attached to my wrist. So when I, get rid of it. So when I roll my wrist up like this, it basically shows this. But if I roll it like this, it's invisible, it doesn't show. So, and the other thing I use, this part here is OVR Toolkit. So it shows my, how much power is left. What are you doing over here? You don't belong over here. I'm not that close. You just took my wing off. Am I a little closer to where, well, I may have parked a little closer than I should have. But it shows the battery life in the in my controllers. But what it also allows me to do is it allows me to bring windows in for my desktop, including my desktop. So this window is my desktop. So what it allows me to do is bring in windows from my desktop. And so this window here, this is Pilot Suite TC, and that's right there. So the way I have this set up is when I grab my controller, I can move this. So it allows me to put this wherever I want, and that's how I brought this up. We'll put that down there, we'll put it back up here. And the other part is my caddy window. So my caddy window is always off to my left and up high enough that it's not in my direct view. So when I'm looking, I may see it up above me, but it's not in my view. So that's kind of how I set up things. But the important part is, how do I actually do that? So I'm going to put this down. And over here, this is edit mode. So this gear icon, this is edit mode. So if I click on this, that puts all these windows in edit mode, and you can see where you have more buttons here underneath. But then the other thing you can do is this right here. It says, so the plus sign here says spawn new window. So if I click on that, that spawns a new window. So, and in here, it says select contents. So I can put whatever I want here. This is caddy, window input, X systems, display. So display is basically the desktop. So if I click over here and pull it down, then I can go. So let me go. So I'll bring like Steam VR status. So if I click on that, so it's going to bring it in. It's monstrous. So if I come down here, I can make it as the size that I want. Get it to a size where it's about what you want. And let me look here. Settings. So yeah. So when I went to settings, now these work because this window is highlighted. And so keep visible. So all of these settings are available to you. So let's do this. So right now the opacity is at 100%. So let me change it. So we're at 50%. I can see through that window. So it allows you to change the capacity, the opacity, and they can actually curve this window. I'm not understanding why you want to do this, but you can. So, but there's a whole bunch of settings here that you can adjust to your liking. And so I can't remember what I have for the opacity of that. I think I probably have it fairly solid because it's up out of the way. I don't necessarily need to look through it. And the other thing I have is when I get a message from chat, when there's a new message, I get a ding in my headset. So when I'm flying, and I hear the ding, I know that I look over here to see what the message was. So, but I wanted to go over this kind of at the end of the stream to kind of show how you actually do that. So I'm going to click on this X, and it's gone. So and I can close this, and to get rid of edit mode, I have to click on the gear icon again, and now we're in edit mode. By default, these windows you only can move in edit mode, but there's a setting where you can change to say, and let me see if I can find that. Global settings, I believe. Wristwatch. No. No. So now I can't remember. I'll try miscellaneous, but I don't think that's it. But there's a setting, and I just can't find it right now. There's so many settings in here. Go for Windows setting, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Nope. No, that's an actual setting for the window. Whichever window was highlighted, and I don't know. Background image, keyboard. Nope, nothing obvious right now. Nope, just nothing obvious. I'll slowly go through them and see if I can see if it jumps out at me, but so far not. Because there's use grip for resizing menus. It's something related to the move. There's so many settings in here, it's nuts. Certainly shouldn't be in keyboard. Oh well. I'm disappointed. Angle snapping, recenter, tilt, move. Yeah, here it is. Finally found it. Window moving when not in edit. So I have this toggled on. So that's what allows me to grab a window. Right now I'm in edit mode, but this is what allows me to move the window when I'm not in edit mode. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna close this, and get out of edit mode. So now that I'm out of edit mode, default behavior is in edit mode, you can move them, but there's an override where you can go ahead and move it without being in edit mode. I find this much more convenient for how I use this. So we'll go over this just one more time. So if I click on edit mode, and then over here on the plus, say spawn new window. And basically here is a list of all the windows. basically a list of all the windows. So display 1 is this whole window. So Pilots ATC is here. Sparker in VR is Chatty is here. Program Manager. No idea. Windows Input, Steam VR. And this is here. OBS here. Live Console here. And it should be a Steam one too. Steam VR status. That's here. So basically it allows you to pick any window that's on here. You can pick to be a window that you bring into VR. And once you bring it into VR, then you are allowed to make different changes to it, whether it be how big it is, what the opacity is, a whole bunch of stuff that allows you to do that. So, okay, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I left everything about where I had it, because when I let me back out of edit mode. So when I start up, it remembers where all these windows are. So related to my headset, when it starts up, all these windows, all these windows are going to be in basically the same place. So I don't have to reposition them, you know. But the only thing I haven't figured out is, for some reason, for me to get all these windows to show up, I have to go into edit mode to begin with, and I got to find out how to get around that. So you really want to take my wing off, don't you? I think you're about ready to do it. Yep, you certainly are. The wing's gone. Good thing it's a fuel truck, so you can put more fuel in it. Alrighty, I'm going to call it a day, and thanks for all for stopping by. Yeah, I want to play around with the video driver and see, is it related to that, or is it just something a little funky today with X-Plane? Because I'm running X-Plane 12.05 beta 3. So, but when I stare at those clouds, on the edges, they look fuzzy. Thank you so much, Iowa Scotsman, for stopping by. When I look at them, they're fuzzy. And when I move my headset, it changes. You know, so it's something related to VR. And I'll have to look, when I get done, I'll look in 2D and see if I see about the same thing, or if I don't, or if it's only what I'm seeing in VR. So my guess is it's only in VR. So we need quite a bit of love for VR right now. So there's a lot of things that are good. I mean, the GPU frame times are awesome. I mean, I am so happy. But there are things that are just need to show some love. So that's it. Call it a day, and I will won't be streaming tomorrow or the next day because it's going to be raining, and I wanted to get this one in because I thought it was going to rain towards the afternoon. So, but it all turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with my landings. I thought if I practiced enough, I would get some consistency back, and that's kind of what I was looking for. Not a perfect landing, but just something more consistent. So, and it seemed that way. So, alrighty, thanks much. And once again, if you enjoy this content, please click on the follow button, and so that when I do stream, you'll get normally 15 minutes, 10 minutes before I go live. I normally put up a stream starting now stream, and with a picture of my basically one of the airplanes that actually flew in real life. That's what my background is. So, okie doke. Have a great day. I had a lot of fun today. Bye bye.